Before we talk about opening an eBay seller account for dropshipping, let's go back to the origins. Here is the overview in terms of dropshipping on eBay. What are the pros and cons really? Because a lot of things that people are thinking when you talk about dropshipping, you have a lot of platforms. You have Shopify, you have Amazon, you have Etsy, you have a Bonanza, you have a constellation of platforms. So how does eBay actually stack up against all of those behemoths? What are the advantages and disadvantages of dropshipping on eBay? So with eBay, the pros are very good. You have no upfront investment. It's very easy to get started. You don't have to actually, basically you don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's already invented for you. You can take advantage of eBay's massive audience. Remember, they are the #2 audience after Amazon. You can save on marketing efforts because you have a platform that has built-in marketing criteria, marketing tools to kind of help you out. Dropshipping overall is very flexible, and you can actually grow and scale your store with minimal risk. So this is of course, this list is not exhaustive, but it gives you a pretty clear idea of the pros that we think about when we actually talk about eBay dropshipping. What about the cons? Well, the thing you have to understand, it's not easy to find a dropship supplier. See, a lot of people believe, I could just go on AliExpress and I could just find myself a dropshipper. It's not that easy. Some people are thinking about US-based dropshippers. It's all about sourcing the products. Okay, I'm not even talking about product research. You have to make sure that you first find the product that will appeal to your targeted audience, and then you need to find the supplier to actually ship those products to your end customers. So it's not easy to find a dropship supplier, and you often have to buy inventory in bulk because some suppliers will have what they call MOQs, minimum order quantities. And if you just want to test the waters, you're not interested in buying 1 ton, or you're not interested in buying 100 units of a specific product. So those are little things you have to think about. You also have eBay restrictions. You are responsible when things go wrong. So this is the customer service part of things. You don't own your customers. Customers are very quote unquote volatile. They can go to your competitor, not a problem. So that volatility adds another layer of risk when we talk about eBay dropshipping. You have high competition, you have low profit margins. Okay, and so the thing is, if you want to dropship successfully on eBay, you got to think about product research, customer satisfaction. You got to know your fees. You got to use multiple suppliers. Very important. Think about fast shipping and free returns, and trying to scale with automation. Very important. So, boss, welcome back to the channel. In today's conversation, I'm talking to you about how to actually open an eBay seller account for dropshipping. Here are the steps I want you to follow right now. Step number 1, you need to sign up for eBay. This is basic. The thing is, the first step to start selling on eBay is sign up. You have to sign up. So go to ebay.com right now. Okay, and on the homepage you will see, if you go to the upper right hand side, you have register. Okay, and basically it could be on the left corner or the right corner, depends on your configuration, but you click register and you want to create your account. So once you fill in your name, email address, and all those important information, what I want you to do, I want you to click on create account. So what will happen here is that you will be redirected to eBay's homepage. This is where you will see my eBay. Okay, this is your account. You will have your settings, you have your preferences, where you will continue to set up your selling account. So things such as payment methods, business policies, and more, you have to actually fill those. Okay, so once you complete this step, you'll be ready to start listing products in your new dropshipping store. What will happen in the meantime is that eBay will send you an email to confirm that you are indeed the account holder, just to kind of confirm everything is fine. You have to click on that link to sort of confirm, okay, and then you come back to eBay. So step number 1, you want to sign up for eBay. Very basic. Now, here are where the interesting things, the exciting things start. Step number 2, you want to list your first item manually. So the thing is that you want to get your store going, right? You need to list you really have to list an item to sell. Although you are creating a dropshipping store, we highly recommend you start by selling something from home. It is best to list at least 3 to 4 items from home every other day to start slow, because the whole thing is all about starting slow and keeping the momentum going. You got to keep the momentum going. Okay, so the reason for this is that because eBay expects new sellers to start slowly to minimize the risk. If you start fast and list too many items from the get-go, you will likely get a temporary suspension while they look into your account. Okay, this is really important. So dropshippers with new seller accounts should conduct all actions manually in the beginning. Don't try to automate anything. As at this stage, it is essential you create and publish listings manually and not automatically through dropshipping software. After about 2 weeks to 1 month, you can start listing dropshipping products and upgrade from manual listing to automated product importing to save time and scale correctly. And I'll talk about that later on. Step number 3, you want to perform product research. I just want to quickly remind you in today's conversation, the topic is how to open an eBay seller account for dropshipping. So step number 3 is quite essential. This is where you actually dig a little deeper to find out what kind of products you should be buying from your supplier, right? So product research. This is where things start getting serious. Once you have listed a few items from home, you'll be ready to start sourcing products and truly begin dropshipping. Keep in mind that product research requires a lot of work. And the more you research, the more gems you will find. And don't try to see the thing is, people are always looking for shortcuts. No, do not skip it. Go through the process and learn. Very important, okay? Don't be shy to dig deep and put in the time to research. Ultimately, the products in your store have a significant effect on your store's success. So what are some of the most profitable products to sell on eBay, to dropship on eBay? Well, the most profitable products to sell on eBay is not just one product. It is a constellation of products, okay? eBay's best sellers are the most profitable products as they are holding in a rich selling history with profit coming in daily. The secret is to find those hidden gems and sell them, as well as products similar to them, okay? So when we talk about the most successful dropshipping items on eBay, you're thinking about jewelry and watches. I'm speaking about watches, engagement rings, earrings. You have computer accessories and replacement parts. You have cell phone accessories. You have clothing, men, women, clothing for women, bags, men, shoes, and whatnot. You have health and beauty. You have automotive. So car parts and accessories. So you have eBay Auto. Very, very successful thing. So what I'm trying to say here is that you have to see exactly what kind of niche you want to go after. But please remember, there are some dropshipping products you should avoid. Things like unregulated and regulated supplements, adult products, third-party infringement, counterfeit products, health products before and after, weapons, tobacco products, drugs, and drug-related products. So any of those, I really want you to stay away, okay? You want to stay away. There are no direct or written rules, but this can be potentially dangerous to your customers, therefore dangerous to your dropshipping business. Step number 4, you want to select dropshipping suppliers. This is really important. Now, the general process is to choose a product niche, then a supplier, right? And once on your supplier side, you want to narrow down your search by going to subcategories of your niche, and this is kind of cool. Now, one thing you need to do here is that you got to really think about, again, going back to the kind of quality you're looking for, the kind of audience you want to go after, the kind of products you want to go after. Is it a high margin product or a low margin product? In other words, do you want a product that sells based on volume? In other words, you need to sell a lot because the margin per unit is very slim. So you need to sell a lot. You need to sell volume to actually be able to derive some revenue. Or you're looking for a product that is just high quality that actually gives you a very comfortable profit margin. one thing you need to understand here is that a lot of those, so you can use a tool, you can use a software tool to actually help you select the supplier. You can go from Spocket to AutoDS to eProlo. We have covered a lot of those dropshipping automation software tools, or platforms for that matter, on several videos. Okay, and the thing is, what you want to do here is that you want to look for a software tool that actually is in sync with the kind of industry and niche you're in. Okay, and so, but basically, all in all, most dropshipping supplier tools allow you to select a product or niche, to choose a reliable supplier, to narrow down your search, to import the product to your store, and to start selling. If you have any question, because when we speak about dropshipping, it's a very broad subject. If you have a specific question about your store, please you want to put those in the comment section below. We'll answer you, because depending on your geography, depending on the kind of eBay store you want to start, the kind of dropshipping product you want to sell, we'll be able to tell you, hey, listen, this software tool is better, this one is not, based again on your specs. Very important, because dropshipping suppliers play an important role in the dropshipping equation. They're the one who are going to ship your products to your customers. They are going to manufacture the products and also ship them to your customers. Step number 5, boss. You want to check profitability. Again, I want to quickly remind our beloved viewers, to this topic, we're speaking about how to open an eBay seller account for dropshipping. So profitability is quite essential, right? We're not a charity here. I mean, this is not a philanthropic activity. You want to open an eBay seller account for dropshipping to make money. Okay, that makes sense. So profitability is quite essential. So how do you actually calculate profit when selling on eBay? Well, there are a few basic things that you need to keep in mind and you need to look after to conduct proper profit calculations. And this calculus does not just apply to eBay. I mean, it applies to Amazon, to Walmart Marketplace, to Facebook Marketplace and whatnot, to Etsy. So this step is critical for calculating your real profit correctly, but it can also help when pricing your products. Overall, we have, according to our research, we have identified 6 parameters to consider when you are thinking about calculating your eBay dropshipping profits. So you have to think about eBay store fees. Those are really important. You need to think about category fees. You need to think about final value fees. You got to think about payment processor fees, the PayPal, the Stripe of the world. You have to think about promotion fees. Are you going to do some kind of CPC campaign? See, the thing is, if you are thinking about advertising on social media, you got to think about those fees too. And you have to think about the buy and sell price. Okay, so it's important now. It's important to have all those fees, add them up, and subtract them to the final price that you want to actually set. Now, you can't just go on eBay and just set a price. You have to think about what the competition is actually charging. You have to think about the kind of profit margin you are comfortable eating, you're comfortable having in your dropshipping business. And one thing I also want to say here is that you have to list your items on eBay at a marked up price anyway. But please make sure that you're very competitive. If you want to attain maximum search visibility, then you need to really have a great price. Very important. It has to be the perfect price. And we have an entire show focused on the perfect price on eBay. If you are interested, let us know. We'll just send you the link. Step number 6. You have to import products quickly and easily. See, this step is very easy. Now, what I wanted to say earlier is that obviously the first 2 weeks you actually do things manually, but after 2-3 weeks you have to do things automatically, unless your store is slow. If it's slow, then you have other issues to fix. But the thing here is that when you want to import products, you can do it. You can do them actually manually as well. At least at the start, if your store is slow or you don't have the resources to have actually a tool such as AutoDS, such as eSync, such as eProlo, such as Importify, and so on and so forth. Okay. The thing is you can, to list items in your eBay store manually, you'll need to download the images, copy and paste the title and description, and keep track of price and stock movements. However, these activities take up precious time and can actually keep you from scaling your dropshipping business. So, but again, if you only have a small operation, you can do this, at least in the short run. So if you want to, but once your shop starts growing and you're trying to really do things a lot faster, use a tool. Use a tool, not a problem. Again, I want to go back to what I said earlier. If you want to know the specific tool that can actually help you, just drop us in the comment section. We'll let you know, because we need to first analyze your operation, your store, your target audience, your geography, your goals, your resources to actually give you the best tool possible. But when we talk about dropshipping product importation, you have to think about a software tool that allows you to do other things. For example, a tool that allows you to find hot products to sell, importing them to your store, doing the order fulfillment, the store optimization, the customer service management. See, you want to automate those processes as much as possible, because you might be thinking, you know what, this is easy. Customer service is easy. Hey, listen, when your store is slow or your store is new, those activities might sound very interesting, might sound very appealing. But once you start selling hundreds of products a day, then you start realizing, hey, listen, you need to automate things, or at least you need to have a team to help you out. Step number 7 of this whole tutorial about how to open an eBay seller account for dropshipping. You need to fulfill orders. Okay, so after importing products, customers will undoubtedly visit your stores. So you need to fulfill customer orders. In general, there are 2 different methods to fulfill orders. So you have the manual one. So you're home, you're just putting items in packages. You're telling USPS or UPS or FedEx to come pick up the thing, or you go to the nearest post office and you just drop it there. So that's the manual. Okay. So and then you have the automatic. So to clarify even further, the manual fulfillment method includes visiting your supplier's website, filling in customer information, and placing customer orders before they ship it to you. So once they ship it to you, you have to do what I just described. Okay. Now, since you are fulfilling orders one at a time, multiple daily orders mean fulfilling them becomes time-consuming and tedious. On the other hand, the automatic method saves time and labor by letting dropshippers software fulfill your customers' orders. Therefore, the automatic order fulfillment method offers an efficient and swift solution for order fulfillment, and that's what we actually recommend when your store is growing. Okay, so this is really cool. And the thing you have to understand here is that for example, I was just mentioning to you, we have AutoDS that we have actually reviewed. AutoDS is really good, and when it comes to helping you in terms of having automatic orders or going through what they call fulfilled by AutoDS, but they're not the only one. The bottom line is, we're not saying you should go with them, because there are a lot of them. You have Importify, you have Spockets, you have Doba. A lot of players are in this field. You need to find the one that really actually fits your operating model, your store's vision, the kind of niche you're in, okay, and also customer service. Because if the dropshipping software tool if the developer doesn't have excellent customer service, you'll be wasting a lot of time. When you call, the problem is they just want to take your cash, right? They want to take your cash, and once you have a problem, you have to call them. If they even have a phone call, which they don't most of the time, they give you a chat. They want to chat with you, and or they want you to send emails. So it can be complicated. That's why customer service is very important. Step number 8. Speaking of customer service, you need to take care of your own customer service. Because when we talk about opening an eBay seller account for dropshipping, okay, you've done the homework, you have actually sourced the right products and everything, okay. People start buying from your store, but you cannot handle customer service. Either your dropshipping supplier is just shipping crappy orders, crappy products to your customers, or the customer is just not happy. They want to have free shipping, or they want to have some kind of clarity, transparency in the whole process. They're not happy. So how do you handle that? How do you handle that? It's important to understand that customer service does not end with completing your buyer's order. Obviously, this is a primary thing, and this is your responsibility. It is not your dropshipping supplier's responsibility. No, their responsibility ends when they ship your product to your customer. Now you have to take over, and and even before they ship, while they're shipping, you have to let the customer know, your product is actually on the way. We'll deliver, but the kind of basic things. Okay, once the product is delivered, what do you do afterwards? Are you just gonna sit around and just count your dollars and say, I made $10 on this product, blah blah blah? No. There has to be a process you have to put in place where you have to think about customer retention strategies. You have to think about customer loyalties. Okay, what do you have? Talk to me about that. What is your branding? Have you actually slipped a very sweet thank you note into the package? Is your packaging branding? Is your packaging brand oriented? In other words, do you have branded packaging? Talk to me about that. Those are quintessential elements that you have to think about, because the order, once again, does not stop when the customer receives his or her item. Okay, so those are things I want you to think about. I also want you to think about strategies to handle reviews, bad reviews, to quickly solve cases, to handle order cancellations, to think about ways to constantly improve your store's game when it comes to customer service, because the number one criterion for success as an eBay dropshipping seller account is excellent customer service. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about how to open an eBay seller account for dropshipping. Let me quickly recap the steps that I have given you in today's conversation. Number 1, sign up for eBay. Number 2, list your first item manually. Number 3, perform product research. Number 4, you want to select dropshipping suppliers. Number 5, you want to check profitability. Number 6, you want to import products quickly and easily. Number 7, you want to fulfill orders. Number 8, you want to take care of customer service. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. God bless you. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.